Hello and welcome to BizHeadlines on GhanaWeb TV. My name is Ernestina Sewa Asante. To our very first story, Copec has announced a marginal increment in fuel prices in this pricing window, i.e. August. According to the Executive Secretary of Copec, Duncan Amoah, petrol and diesel prices are expected to see an increment of about 9% compared to the current prices at the pump. The price of LPG is also expected to increase by 20%. He stated that the increase in petroleum products is due to a hike in the price of petroleum products on the international market. No new taxes were introduced in the mid-year budget review statement presented by the Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta in Parliament. Before the presentation of the budget, various trade unions and experts, as well as the minority in Parliament, cautioned the government against any attempt to increase taxes or introduce new ones in the mid-year budget review. Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta, during the presentation of the review, noted that government did not need or require a supplementary budget. This means that government was not asking or seeking any additional funding for the projects it outlined in the 2023 budget. Minister for Works and Housing Francis Asenso-Boakye has stated that the newly launched Pokwase Housing project has been crafted to ensure middle-income earners are not priced out. The minister added that the project has the citizenry at its base of commencement and will not depart from it. Delivering his speech at the commencement of the project at Pokwase, the sector minister also disclosed that it will have recreational facilities. Ranking member of the Finance Committee in Parliament, Isaac Adongo, has criticized the central bank for its role in mismanaging the monetary affairs of the Ghanaian economy. He believes that the recently published report detailing a 60 billion cedis loss recorded by the central bank shows that the financial sector regulator is unfit for purpose. Addressing journalists outside Parliament after the presentation of the 2023 mid-year budget review on July 31st, said the central bank has depleted most of its resources as captured in its 2022 audited financial statement. Government is inviting local pension funds to a debt restructuring deal that gives the state fiscal space in the medium term at no loss to the retirement funds. Pension funds have been ordered to exchange about 31 billion cedis of existing investment that carry an average coupon of 18.5% for two new bonds maturing in 2027 and 2028 in an average interest of 8.4%, the Ministry of Finance said in an exchange memorandum late Monday. The government will also give holders more of the securities which were issued in February and an additional cash payment instrument that offers 10%, it said. PPA has given its approval for the appointment of a transaction advisor to facilitate the sale of the Saglemi housing project to a private sector entity. The decision follows a directive from Cabinet to the Minister of Works and Housing to explore the possibility of disposing of the project. The aim is to sell the project at its current value to a private sector entity, which will take on the responsibility of completing the housing units and selling them to the public at no further cost to government. To oversee and manage all the necessary engagement required for the completion of the housing project, the Ministry of Works and Housing has established a technical working group comprising representatives from various state and independent professional institutions. The Saglemi housing project, which comprises 5,000 units and is located in Pram, was originally intended to provide mortgage arrangements for the housing units to be sold to employees through the Ghana Home Loans Company. However, due to variations in the project, only about 1,506 housing units have been completed. Deputy Minister of Transport Hassan Tampuli has said data available from the World Bank shows that Ghana is the next African country with the highest electricity penetration. He stated that government is committed to increasing the figure to 90% by the end of 2024. He said this in an interaction with journalists during a stakeholder consultation on electric vehicle policy and implementation framework in Accra on Wednesday, August 2nd. Thank you very much for joining us on today's edition of Biz Headlines on GhanaWeb TV. Before we go, do log on to www.ghanaweb.com for more stories. Do well to follow us on all social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the GhanaWeb. On YouTube, GhanaWeb TV. My name is Ernestina Sewa Asante.